Welcome to your daily focus for January the 16th, 2019. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Just as I started, a huge gust of wind started outside at the exact same time. It kind of threw me off, so all of a sudden the wind's picked up outside. So I guess winter is coming after all. We did have a little mild spell there that we were all enjoying, but let's see what the cards have to say about our energy and not my weather. The Tower card appears. Oh my goodness. But you know what? It's in the first position here, and I get it more that you are actually doing this rather than something happening in your world today. And that might be for a couple of you, but I think the majority of you, you decide something that needs to leave. You see something that you're too dependent upon, or you're too reliant on, or you're too trusting in. And in some way, in some form, in some manner, you take control. Or yesterday, it was all about taking back your power. So maybe this is you taking back your power in some way. The Tower card is essentially, taking everything right down to the bare structure and rebuilding stronger than ever. Something removing or leaving your life, or there's some kind of closure that happens. And you look at the card and you wonder, is the energy coming from the spirit realm, or is it coming from the earth? And in this card, it's both. So it's finding your balance, or a part of your balance, or labeling it in some way. It's If you're being honest with yourself today, you're going to see where you might be trusting too much, or you might be um, dependent upon it without even realizing that you've been that dependent on it. You need it in order to survive, right? That's where addictions come from. But it doesn't look like it's an addiction per se. Now, it could be, and you are in my prayers if you are struggling with an addiction, but it's more of something that makes you feel comfortable, or it's like going into a McDonald's. You can go into a McDonald's, it doesn't matter where in the world you go to the McDonald's, you know that the bathrooms are to the right and the fryer is to the left. So we go to, when we're in another country and we see the giant M, the yellow M, we gravitate to it because it makes us feel secure, because we know what to expect when we walk through those doors. And so it's something like that. Well, maybe it is giving up McDonald's for you, but it's something like that in your life. And all of a sudden you go, no, I came to another country because I want to experience another country, and I'm not going to experience it by going into that McDonald's. So I'm going to stay a little off kilter, a little off balance, a little excited about where I'm going and what I'm going to be doing and what I'm going to be experiencing. And I'm not sure what it is, but I just know it's going to be fabulous. And so something in your life today, you see it and you gravitate to it and you go, wait a minute. Uh-uh. That's sucking me back into that endless circle that I go into all the time. And I'm breaking free of that endless circle. Oops. Seven of Wands. We're standing in our truth here. And that might be hard to do. So I would think that we're not feeling as grounded. Not, maybe it's following your routine, or There's something where you could be feeling very imbalanced today, and the Taurus moon is there to help you feel that way. But there's something that sparks. If you're paying attention, there'll be a spark, and you're not going to be feeling as grounded. You're still the warrior. You're still going forward. And it's okay not to feel that grounded as we look like in this picture. We look very grounded, very sure of ourselves. That even though it looks like wild terrain ahead of us, we're ready for it. So we could be a little hesitant. This could, meditate, pray, understand it. Look at this, the hermit. You find that something out about yourself today. Something that once again, it's something that you are dependent upon, or you have given it your power, perhaps, because that was yesterday's message, wasn't it? About your own empowerment and taking it back. So maybe through yesterday's footsteps, you noticed where you have given your power away. And so this may be very well of claiming it back, but that's kind of fearful too, because at least you knew what was going to happen. That's why so many people stay in situations where they're beaten, or they're hurt, or they're misused or abused in some way, because at least they know what to expect. We face our fears, we become the hermit. And the hermit is making the plan of how to go forward. But now there's some new information that's come in. Some new strength, some new courage, some new vision. Maybe you have broadened the horizon on a dream or a goal or a desire because of today. So it's strategy, strategy, strategy right now. So it doesn't surprise me that the hermit shows up to say, well, you're going to have to go back to the drawing board again and rethink those steps, because there's new information which changes everything. And I don't get this as, even with the Tower card here, I don't get this as in any way, this is a good day if you tap into the energy. This is a fabulous day if you tap into the energy, I would think. Because you learn something that might have been a roadblock in your life for years upon years, not even realizing it. Or maybe it's just, some people, they just sit still because they're afraid of going forward. So they don't really accomplish anything. Look at this. We got new experiences and possibilities popped out. So we're going to stick with that. New experiences and possibilities. The 18 and 9 energy. But I think today, if we added up the date for today, it's an 11. It's a beautiful energy to go forward in. And I know the Tower is the first card, but I don't get that. I mean, maybe, bless you. You're in my prayers if something chaotic or sorrowful happens in your life today that you know, but it's meant to put you on the right path. It's meant to put you where you need to be. And you may not understand that. You may not understand that for years. But it is. It always is with the Tower. The Tower never comes in and takes away something that you needed in order to go forward, in order to be successful. Okay, we'll get the book out here. 18. Look around in nature. Notice the new beginnings. Notice the new experiences and choices being shown to you. They will only be evident to you if you take the time to look for these subtle messages. You are on the first steps along a new path. You are being offered a blank page. What are the first words you would like to put on it? Your possibilities are endless. You are in complete control of your life. This is a new beginning on your journey. Live in the present. Trust your own abilities. Plant your seeds and willingly venture into new territory. So it's all about going forward into new territory, pulling ourselves out of a habit or a behavior or a dependency that doesn't need to be in our lives, to understand that we've got this. I just turned here and I read, count your blessings and remember that love is all around you. And then I realized that's not the card, but it must be the message still. Love is all around you. You are supported by God, your angels, your spirit guides, your past loved ones. I remember when I was a little girl and my dad had this book and I found it the other day, and Aesop's Fables. And so they were very short little stories which had a moral to the story. And I remember my dad and me sitting on the front porch many, many times and reading from this very old book then. And we used to, I remember me and my brother, we were young, we were just starting to learn to read ourselves probably, but we knew what some of the words were, and I mean it was an olden time kind of children's book. So it was, they didn't use the word rooster or donkey in these things, but anyways, and I read one the other day and it was The Traveler and Fortune. And the traveler had walked through this desert for a very long time and he came upon this well and he got on the edge of it and he drank some water and it just refreshed him so much, and then he fell into a deep sleep. And just as he was going to roll over and thus roll into the well, Fortune came and tried to wake him, because Fortune said you would not be blamed for your folly, for I would. And I think our angels and God and our spirit guides and our past loved ones that surround us feel like it's their responsibility to help you lead you in the direction of success. So take time to listen for them because they are around you. So I did like that, Aesop's. And really, it was about the responsibility we truly have for everyone around us. I saw something on Facebook the other day and it said, always help somebody because you may be the only one who does. Stretch your neck out. The giraffe is back. I love these cards because they just come up in cycles, right? And then we don't see one for a very long time, and boom, they're like within 3 weeks they've come up 4 or 5 times, and here we are sitting with the giraffe again. Stretch, strengthen, intuition, mobility, yoga, clairvoyant. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. So it's very much about going with the flow today. That might be a hard thing too, because we have that Taurus moon. Taurus is a very fixed earth sign, right? Likes to be grounded, likes to feel safe, security. And the giraffe is saying, be flexible, go with the flow, be open to the moment, see where it leads you. Sometimes we expect more from others because we would be willing to do it for them. Giraffe is reminding you to be careful of whom you allow within your circle. Giraffe has a close knit group of family and friends, and when someone who disrupts the dynamics of the relationship, Giraffe is quick to change it. Whether it's their long necks or legs, they just simply their personalities. Giraffes are known to have clairvoyant abilities, the ability to see clearly through people, problems, and sometimes even towards the future. This uncanny intuitiveness is a message that you too have the ability of intuition if you practice trusting the messages that you receive. Yeah, about trusting the messages you receive. I could do a whole hour on trusting the messages you receive. You have to watch your ego. You have to keep your ego in check because you will hear a message and you won't necessarily agree with that message, even though that message is the truth. And if we go with the flow and we follow that, chances are it's going to be better than we imagined. But we go, oh, I don't want to do that. Uh-uh. No, there's got to be something else, And so you sit there and you barter. And I don't think you can barter, but you try and barter. We all try and barter anyways. And then our ego jumps in and knows that we need to hear an answer. So the ego gives us something that we'd want to do. And we go, oh, well, I can do that. And then we go and do it and nothing happens. And we go, my intuition was off. No, we didn't listen. Listen to your intuition. Listen to that voice. Listen to that, that conversation you seemingly have with yourself. When things, I mean, words will be big this year, so pay attention to what you read and what you see, the words that come at you, and how they affect you. That conversation you overheard. Quieting your mind is key to listening to your intuition. Yoga is found to be very beneficial in the practice since giraffes only sleep 2 or 4 hours. They must have physical and emotional strength. Yoga can help you gain the strength needed to gift you spiritual and physical mobility. So yoga can help you gain the strength needed. And they've come so far with yoga. I mean, you can do yoga just sitting in a chair. Okay, so long as you get the proper people teaching you how to do everything, you will find a little bit of mobility. There was a gentleman. I'm gonna look it up and everything. Just amazing though. He was so crippled, he couldn't take the 2 steps. And yes, he had to work at it every day, just like we're going to have to work at our goals and our dreams every day in order to see them into fruition. But I think he was jogging at the end of the segment with him. And it was a type of yoga that he had taken. So do the research. There is a yoga for everybody. Or it might just give you, I mean, if you don't find that you don't really like the yoga, but you do like a couple of the things, even that is beneficial. And it does, it quiets your mind. It allows you to focus within. It allows you to hear that voice, hear that message. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.